Right, next up we have Runerunners by Gangfight Games.
Yeah, so this is a game set in the year of 1921 in an alternate reality where the Congress of the United Realms has passed a law banning the use of destructive magics. And so bounties have been placed on a whole bunch of magical artifacts. This, of course, means that you, as players, are going to be taking on the role of a whole bunch of miscreants and ne'er-do-wells who are stalking through the city trying to acquire loot and magical artifacts and run off with them. So this is a board game from the guys at Gangfight Games where you pick a team of sort of adventurers and looters that are running through this modular style board, looking for loot, stealing it, beating each other up to try and steal it back from them, and then getting off the board before everything goes to hell. The game comes with 11 plastic miniatures, which they've already designed up, and we've seen previews of over the last couple of months and so. And as I said, it has this really cool aspect with the modular tiles. So the game has this really nice sort of like everlasting complexity feel to it as well. The other cool thing about it is that heroes are picked randomly as you start to build your gangs. So every time you sit down to play it, you can't just choose the one that you like the best. You're always going to have to try and come up with plans to try and make things work as well. It's a little tiny Kickstarter. It's got about 22 days left on it so far. The guys at Gangfight Games have put together a sort of like run through of how the rules work over on their website, so you can click through and try and find that. We'll make sure to have a link down below for that as well. And they are also working on a gameplay video at the same time. So there should be a gameplay video coming out for it at the same time.
Fantastic.
This looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm a real sucker for the Art Deco. I have a love for the Nero Wolfe mysteries.
Oh, stunning show
by Mari Chucklin and Tim. I can't remember the other guy's name, but that is probably my favorite piece of TV ever made. If I'm being honest,
Only Fools and Horses.
This is in a class of its own. It's so good. They did a series of a couple of dozen of them. Okay. And you have Nero Wolfe and Archie Goodwin. So you have a few key people that are played by the same actors all the time. But then what you have is this like a group of players. Yeah. This group of actors then that through every episode play different characters.
I remember you telling us this.
And it's just amazing. But that captured that Art Deco feel for me so wonderfully. And so anytime I see something where they've got a bit of Art Deco panache into the thing, I just immediately start to melt. I love this. I love the mashup of the Art Deco and the fantasy tropes. I think it's kind of cool, and I think it could be again, I'm always looking for kind of like themey kind of game nights. So immediately, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm weird, but whenever I look at that, I immediately start thinking of the accompanying alcohol that you would have to theme a night like that.
I would say
for this, clearly it's an old fashioned.
Oh, yeah. It's
that'll be whiskey.
Like a whiskey or
bourbon or
a port. A port would go down kind of nice. All I want to do is just to sit at the end of the table and go, "No sandwiches for the police." It's all in jokes now, but if you can imagine a night where you've got some of the fine foods.
I think game night could be fun.
Everybody wearing zoot suits. I do like how they haven't taken the usual one where. In some of the other fantasy historic mashups, things like Flintlock many moons ago, where you had all the elves were French, all the British were orcs, and it was Napoleonics, but it was very divided race and race. That's all intermixed, so it doesn't matter whether you're playing a rune runner or a cop. The chances of being a goblin or a dwarf or an ogre or whatever happens to be are all mixed. So it's not just these are the bad and these are the good guys. It's they all live together. It's just I like that communal thing. So,
well, look, 22 days left. Go and check it out. I think it's lovely. I think the minis are great. I love that Art Deco style.
I just want to go and watch Casablanca again now.
It's very cool stuff.